wonder what really made King David a legend? Forget the Sunday school version for a second. We all know the story of David and Goliath, right? The ultimate underdog story. But here's the twist. It wasn't just about faith or a lucky shot. It was about seeing a giant problem and knowing you had a unique solution everyone else was too scared to try. What if we've misunderstood David all along? We preach the story of David and Goliath as a lesson in courage. But it wasn't just about defeating a giant. It was about confronting a system that mocked God. Goliath wasn't just a warrior. He was intimidation personified. He was propaganda. He was cultural pressure. And David was the only one who refused to bow. Today, your Goliath isn't 9 feet tall. It's the fear that paralyzes you. It's the constant comparison on social media. It's the cancel culture that demands silence. It's the immense pressure to hide your faith. David didn't win because he was strong. He won because he had intimacy with God. He spent time in the quiet fields, cultivating a relationship that giants couldn't shake. And who joined him? The outcasts, the indebted, the discontented. This is where David went from giant slayer to leader of men. He didn't just write songs. He forged a community in the darkness. Those raw, honest emotions, that's what fills the book of Psalms. It's a playlist for the soul, written not from a throne, but from the cave. That's the David we often miss. But no one talks about what happened after the victory. The applause faded, and David found himself in the cave of Adullam. He went from public triumph to private isolation, from the king's court to a dark, lonely cave, from being anointed to being exiled. It looked like a massive step backward, a complete failure. But the cave wasn't punishment. It was preparation. It was in that desolate place, in the darkness, that the misfits found him. The broken, the indebted, the discontented, the rejected, society's outcasts saw a leader in a man hiding in a cave. And in that darkness, David became a leader of the overlooked. What if your cave season, that time of isolation, of feeling forgotten, isn't failure? What if it's leadership training in disguise? What if God is forging you into the leader you were born to be, away from the crowds and the noise? And then there are the Psalms. This is the part of David's story we often gloss over. He didn't just fight giants. He wrote through his trauma. He worshiped through betrayal from his own family. He prayed his way through seasons of deep depression. He laid his soul bare before God. The book of Psalms isn't just beautiful poetry. It's a masterclass in emotional honesty. It's raw, unfiltered conversation with God. In a generation that filters everything, our photos, our feelings, our lives, David gave us permission to be real. He showed us that true worship isn't about pretending everything is okay. It's about bringing your whole messy self to God. So maybe the real story of David isn't just about slaying a giant. Maybe it's about the journey of becoming the kind of person who can face giants, survive the caves, and still find a way to worship with brutal honesty. That's the David we've never truly understood. And that's the kind of leader this generation desperately needs. It's time to face your giant, embrace your cave, and write your own psalm. Thanks for watching. If this resonated with you, subscribe for more.